Yeah, okay. If you plan on watching the Oscars this year, we have some things to talk about. What is up, Flick fans? Welcome back to my channel. Let's get down to brass tacks here. Is that what the people say? The Oscars has always been a ceremony that just tends to go on, and they've always been trying to figure out, okay, what can we kind of cut down on? What can take us from however many hours it is now, like 19, down to a solid 2 hour and 30-minute runtime? I don't know if we'll ever get there, but they're always trying to find out how to make the ceremony go by a bit quicker, and understandably so. My theory has always been to kind of cut down on a few of the comedic things. We've had a few good ones in the past, but we've also had some not good ones, and they have their hosts hired this year. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but instead of taking away something like the musical acts, and don't get me wrong, I love a good musical act, but I would rather do without a musical performance during an Oscar ceremony than cut out an actual award presentation for those that, you know, worked so hard to get to that position. They would like to be recognized by the Oscar ceremony, and there will be recognition this year for these 8 awards that will not be telecast live this year, but it's going to be in some form of a highlight or wrap-up or whatever they plan on doing this year. This is frustrating for me because it's not just any 8 awards that they're taking away. I mean, any 8 awards would kind of suck, but a couple of these categories that they're taking away, they're fairly major. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. How do you feel about the Oscars taking away these 8 awards during the live ceremony? And, well, we'll talk about it. And if you like this video, be sure to drop your thumbs up down below. That tells me, and YouTube, that you'd like to see more. So let's just read this article from The Hollywood Reporter, a great reputable site. Several of the 23 categories which were presented live on the air during last year's 93rd Oscars telecast will not be presented live on air during this year's, on March 27th. In a move that is already causing tension within the leadership of the Academy, but is likely to be well received by the general public, let's stop right there. I get it. The ceremony lasts forever. At least that's what it feels like, me trying to edit a video in real time every single year doing a reaction. But for the most part, what we get when it comes to the actual awards, that's warranted. Even something like the documentary short or the animated short, right? I rarely watch the shorts, and I rarely know what I'm talking about. But it feels like those are awards that should still get their due, even if they were brought together in one chunk of the show. Here's this short feature winner, this short feature winner, but it still needs to be done live, in my opinion. And I think cutting down on something else, like some of the comedy bits from the hosts, some of the things that they're going to do with these musical performances, and again, I'm okay with 1 or 2 musical performances, but don't cut out the actual winners. And that's what they're doing this year. Documentary short, film editing, makeup and hairstyling, original score, production design, animated short, live action short, and sound will take place inside the Dolby Theater an hour before the live telecast commences. Will be recorded and then edited, if we know what that means, into the subsequent live broadcast, a variation of a controversial approach that the Academy first adopted and then abandoned, for good reason probably, in 2018. And it says the Academy declined to comment, and it does come a year after the lowest rated Oscar telecast ever. In my opinion, it's kind of easy to see why it was the lowest rated. It came during a pandemic in which not a lot of people saw a lot of films that were nominated. Now, obviously, we had the streaming movies, and we had the ones that became a bit more popular over time, but for the most part, people were kind of concerned about other things last year, so it was understandable. And the ceremony itself, I mean, it's not why people didn't tune in, but the ceremony itself with the whole, the way that they handled Best Actor, yeah, it was kind of a disaster. Looking back on it, hindsight's 20/20. Vision, that's the saying. This is interesting. Most of the general public cares only about the 6 highest profile Oscar categories. That, in a sense, is true when we're talking about general audience members. Best Picture, Best Director, Actor, Actress, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress, if that. But the Academy has always felt pressure to present all of its competitive Oscars on the air in order to keep the peace within its own board of governors, which includes representatives of the Academy's 17 branches. And again, back in 2018, they announced that several awards would be presented off air, and and there was a big backlash. What do they expect this time? Now, this isn't a world ender for me, but if we go back and we look at some of these categories that they're taking away, some of the most integral and important categories in the entire ceremony, something like editing, normally determines or is a big determining factor of the Best Picture winner, right? We usually say, well, the Best Picture nominee that is in the editing category, most of the time they're going to go, well, now it's presented off air. And they're going to give us this information. I assume some sort of quick highlight through, okay, boom, 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 here's these awards, here's that winner, we're going to break, here's who won editing, whoop-de-doo. I don't like that. For me, it's the artist that spends and invests so much time and then allowing us to get that moment with the person involved in winning that award, aka Hans Zimmer, Best Score, which will be one of those that aren't presented this year. It's going to be going to break, and oh, hey, here's Hans Zimmer with an award. I'm like, I wanted to see Hans Zimmer's speech. I want to give Hans Zimmer his time, and I feel like we're not going to get that this year. And again, a lot of people, they're going to look at something like production design or, animated short, live action short, and they're going to say, well, we don't really know, but that's what the Oscars are all about, allowing us to see the creators behind these projects. And I love that. I think that's great. I agree. I think the Oscars, they're way too long. Sometimes it's boring. The jokes, they can be unfunny. There's some clever things, some clever jokes, and there have been great musical performances. But I think the focus should always be on those taking home these awards. And cutting 8 of those things, or getting them all out of the way prior and having a little package built for us as we're watching, sure, it saves time, but there are other ways to go about it. I just think they're going about it in a very wrong way. But that doesn't mean I'm right. I think this is a great place and space for a discussion between you all watching and myself. How do you feel about this? Are there other categories that you think should be a part of this instead of something like score and editing? Those are the two for me. Even production design and makeup and hairstyling. I'm baffled. I'm baffled that some of my favorite categories. Yes, general audience members, all they care about is Best Picture. I care about Best Editing. I care about Best Score. That may be my favorite category, that and cinematography. So, I don't know, guys. I'm a little just kind of about this news. The entire Oscar ceremony is going to be interesting. Of course, I'm going to be doing a reaction for you all. If you'd like to see that, let me know. But I'm posing the question to you. How does this make you feel? Did the Oscars make a mistake? And do you care? Doesn't matter at all. At the end of the day, it really does. We're still going to go watch movies. I'm getting ready to go watch Batman. So that's. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Appreciate you for watching. Thanks for allowing me to vent and show you guys my frustration. And I'll be seeing you very soon.